Technology has transformed the way many of us now get around town, with ride-hailing services exploding almost everywhere. But there's another mode of transport that new startups think is also rife with opportunity. Mark New explains.
Edgar Rodriguez has been a truck driver for 16 years. Rodriguez says traditional GPS doesn't always work for him because it's not designed for vehicles that take up as much space as his.
If you go into the city, sometimes you'll be able to turn, so it is complicated. So you have to know exactly where exit you can take and which you cannot.
For truckers, finding the right route is no trivial matter. For example, in the San Francisco Bay Area, there are a number of roads and highways that truckers are not allowed to drive on. They could end up paying hundreds and perhaps thousands of dollars in fines.
That's why Rodriguez is starting to use mobile apps like Trucker Path Pro, which connects him with information from other truckers indicating the quickest routes and the locations of way stations and parking spots.
Less and less people want to be truckers because they realize that it's a tough job. Basically, you're lonely on the road, like a lot of inefficiency that makes the job like even more tough. By connecting to the community, we help them to feel like less lonely, and they can exchange the information very effectively with each other.
Subayev is a former trucker who founded Trucker Path, a startup that's been described as the Uber of trucking. Trucker Path recently raised $20 million, including an investment from Chinese social networking company RunRun. The startup strategy is to get as many truckers on their app as possible, currently 450,000 users, so they become prime candidates for the Trucker Path Truckloads marketplace, which matches truckers with jobs.
So unlike Uber, for example, in our app, it works on the both sides. So it's not only about like brokers or shippers putting their freight in the system so truckers can just like search for freight, but also truckers can post their trucks, and brokers or shippers, they'll see where those trucks are.
That will be easy for me to find it and get some work faster. If you're on the road, time means money.
And while the U.S. taxi and limo industry is a $16 billion market, the U.S. trucking industry generates roughly $700 billion in revenue each year. Mark New, CCTV, Gilroy, California.